Hi children, welcome back to our social class. So last week we were learning about Buddha and Buddhism. So today we shall continue the chapter and today we are going to learn about Jainism. Okay? So the last and 24th Tirthankara of the Jainas. What was he called? Vartamana Mahavira. Okay? He also started spreading his message around this time. That is around 2500 years ago. So he was a Kshatriya prince. Okay. So listen carefully. So Jainism was started by Vartamana Mahavira. Okay. He was the 24th Tirthankara of the Jainas. Okay. And he was a Kshatriya prince of the Lichachavis. Okay. It is a group that was part of Vajji Sangha. Okay. So at the age of 30 years, he left his home and started living in a forest. Okay. So for 12 years, he led a hard and lonely life in the forest and finally he attained enlightenment. Okay. And he started teaching people. So he taught a simple doctrine. What was it? Men and women who wish to know the truth must leave their homes. Okay, that was his first doctrine. That is, if you have to know about the truth, you have to leave your homes. So they must follow very strict rules of ahimsa. Okay, and he told them you have to follow what? Ahimsa. What is ahimsa? Not hurting or killing living beings. Okay, and he said all beings are able to live for long. Okay, they have the right to live. So you're not supposed to kill them. Okay. Now ordinary people could understand the teachings of Mahavira and his followers because they used Prakrit. So what was the language in which he was preaching? Prakrit. Okay. So Prakrit spoken in Magadha was known as Magadhi. Okay. So the Prakrit which was spoken in Magadha kingdom was called Magadhi. Now, what is the followers of Mahavira called? They were called Jainas. Okay, it is Jainism. So, the followers of Mahavira were called Jainas. Okay, so they had to lead a very simple life, begging for food. Okay, and they had to be absolutely honest and were not to steal. They should not steal things from others. Another thing is they had to observe celibacy. That is a simple life. Men were asked to give up everything including their clothes. Okay. So these were all the teachings of your Mahavira. Okay. So it was not easy for men and women to follow these rules. Okay. So it was very difficult for men and women to follow these strict rules. Okay. Nevertheless, thousands left their homes to learn and teach this new way of life. Okay. And many people remained behind and started supporting these people who became monks and nuns, providing them with food. Okay. So Jainism was supported mainly by traders. Who supported? Traders. Okay. So farmers who had to kill insect to protect their crop found it more difficult to follow the rules. Okay. And over hundreds of years, Jainism spread to different parts of the country. So which are the countries? Sorry, different parts of the states. Okay. So which are the states? Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Okay. And they were all preaching orally. And finally, they started writing these preachers. Okay. Whatever they said in a book at a place called Vallabhi. Which place they started writing? Vallabhi in Gujarat about 1500 years ago. Okay. So your next one is the Sangha. Okay. So both the Mahavira and Buddha felt that only those who left their homes could gain true knowledge. Okay. And they arranged Sangha for people to stay together. Okay. So Sangha is an association of those who left their homes. Okay. And the rulers made for the Buddhist Sangha were written down in a book called Vinaya Pitaka. Okay. So the rules, whatever they have to follow, were written in a book. What is the name of the book? Vinaya Pitaka. Okay. Now from this we were able to know that separate branches for men and women were existing. Okay. So all men could join the Sangha. If children and women have to join, children had to take permission from their parents. Okay. Slaves have to take permission from whom? Their masters. And who worked for king had to take permission from the king. And debtors that of creditors. And women had to take the permission of their husband. Okay. So after getting the permission only they were able to join the Sangha. Okay. So men and women who joined the Sangha led simple life. Okay. What did they do? They meditated for most of the time and they went to cities and villages. For what? To beg for food. And that time was fixed. Okay. So that is why they went begging for food. That is why they were called bhikkhuns or bhikkhunis. Okay. So bhikkhuns is a Prakrit word which means beggar. What is the meaning of beggar? Sorry, bhikkhuns, beggar. Okay. And the female women were called bhikkhunis. Okay. So they taught others and helped one another. They also held meetings for what? Settling the quarrels if there was any fight within the Sangha. Okay. So those who joined the Sangha included Brahmins, Kshatriyas, merchant, laborers, barbers, courtesan and slaves. All these people joined the Sangha. Okay. So many of them wrote down the teachings of Buddha. Some of them also composed beautiful poems describing about their life in the Sangha. So next one is monasteries. Okay. So monasteries are the place where they started living permanently. Okay. They are called the permanent shelters. Okay. So these Jain and Buddhist monks went from place to place for what? Teaching people. Okay. And they did not stay in one place. They moved from one place to another. Only during the rainy season they stayed in one place because it was very difficult for them to travel. Then their supporters built temporary shelters for them. Okay. In the gardens or in the natural caves in hilly area. So as time was going on, many supporters of the monks and nuns felt that more permanent shelters were needed. And that is how this is made the monasteries. Okay. So these monasteries were known as viharas. What are monasteries called? Viharas. Okay. So these viharas were made of wood and then of brick. Okay. So there might be a question. What is vihara? So the permanent monasteries or permanent settlement of the monks were called viharas and they were made of wood and brick. Okay. Some were even in the caves that were dug out in the hills, especially in western India. Okay. So very often the land on which the vihara was built was donated by a rich merchant or a landowner or a king. Okay. So in order to build the monastery, you need places. So that was donated by merchants, landowner or king. Okay. So the local people came with gifts of food, clothing and medicines for the monk and nun. In return, they taught the people. Okay. So when the local people provided them with food, clothing and medicine, the monks started teaching them. Over the centuries, Buddhism spread to many parts of the subcontinent and beyond. Okay. So more you will be learning in your 9th chapter. So thank you children. Read the lesson thoroughly and learn. Okay. Take care, be safe and be happy.